Hundreds of police calls, at least one person killed, and just last week there was a SWAT situation. Now, that is just a sampling of the issues at several apartment complexes out near UTSA.
With thousands of students heading back to class now, we wanted to take a closer look at this apparent crime wave.
News 4 WOAI CrimeTracker Patricio Espinoza reports.
But we're doing everything possible.
This was the scene last week after a SWAT team was called to the Outpost apartment complex on UTSA Boulevard. No one was hurt then, but back in March, 20-year-old Randall Perkins was shot and later died after a fight at a party at yet another apartment nearby. And now a lawsuit has been filed.
There was no security being provided at all by the apartments, despite the fact that they had had many security breaches and problems of a violent nature in the past. So we have researched that through the San Antonio Police Department.
News 4 WOAI CrimeTracker also contacted SAPD. In the last 12 months, an average of 200 police calls at 3 apartments. The Outpost apartments alone, about 290 calls. Here's what last week the SWAT team was called.
It was kind of a shocker. I literally woke up, got out of bed, put clothes on, and I was out here for 6 hours. And there's just cops everywhere. A couple minutes later, they throw some tear gas. But they didn't, I guess they overestimated like how strong the wind was. It blew it all the way down there, and everybody just had like tear gas in their eyes.
We now know the apartment was empty. And days later, 2 UTSA football players were arrested in the case. And so we're right inside UTSA campus, but behind us is several apartments, and that is a concern to many of the students. Now, whatever happens there can also make a difference here, and that's exactly what took place a couple of weeks ago when there was a hostage situation. And so then UTSA's emergency text system came into place.
I got a text from UTSA saying, don't go to the Outpost, like something's going on, like there's some sort of like situation with hostages or something like that.
To be clear, the apartments in question are out of UTSA control and jurisdiction, but school police do monitor the area.
Anytime we have anything obviously on campus that we think is a potential threat to students, and even if it's off campus, across the street,
like in this one
case, we felt a need to notify them and let them know what was going on.
And then there's been a couple of other situations too where the cops have been called. I don't know, it is scary. I wouldn't live here. My parents wouldn't let me live here either.
Meanwhile, within the next 2 weeks, more than 30,000 students will be moving back for their fall semester. Patricio, Espinoza, News 4 WOAI.
News 4 has contacted the apartments involved, but our calls have not been returned. And again, Patricio wants to stress, just to be clear, these apartment complexes are near UTSA, but not in the school's jurisdiction. The university offers safety guidelines for students on and off campus.